Hey guys, in this video I'll be reviewing the Lenovo P1m. So firstly I want to talk about the display. This phone has a 5-inch display with a resolution of 1280 by 720, which means it's a 720p display. It's a HD display and it's a really impressive display. It is also an IPS panel, so even the viewing angles are great, and since this phone has a huge battery, I think you love watching videos for extended periods of time, and it is probably or arguably right up there with one of the best 720p displays that are available in the market. So overall display is very impressive. So talking about the hardware, on the right there is a power button and also the volume buttons, and on the bottom we have a single speaker which I'll talk about in a minute, and on the left we have a dedicated power saving button for additional battery life, and on the top there is a 3.5 mm headset jack and also a micro USB port for connecting the charging cable. And on the back is where I really like the design of this phone. I think personally this is where the device really stands out when it comes to design. And talking about the camera, this phone has an 8 megapixel rear facing camera and a 5 megapixel front facing camera, and these are some of the shots that are taken using this phone. And yeah, everything looks great when it comes to colors and detail during daylight, but when it comes to low light performance I think things go out of focus, and yeah, this phone struggles when it comes to low light performance, and I guess that is something that we came to expect. And when it comes to video recording, this phone doesn't do 1080p video recording, but it does do 720p video recording, so which means you can only record videos in HD. But even for HD video it's really good, as you can see in the video that is playing in the background. And quickly I want to talk about this case that Lenovo has included as a freebie inside the box. The case looks really impressive, like it's great that you get it for free, but the only problem is when it comes to accessing this dedicated power saving button. As you can see, I'm struggling, and yeah, it's a little bit tough to use this particular feature when the case is on, so do keep that in mind. And it is quite surprising that Lenovo themselves made this phone and they couldn't get this case right, which is really funny if you think about it. And yeah, those are my thoughts about the case. And moving on, this phone has 3900 milliamp hour battery, and in my testing I got around 2 days of usage, and I think personally that is quite extraordinary for a phone, especially at this price range. And I've also gone ahead and I've done the Geekbench battery test, and in that test, as you can see on the screen, it showed over 15 hours, which again is quite extraordinary. And if you think that's not enough, just flick this power saving switch and you have battery life for days. So I think you probably know by this time that battery life is hands down the best feature about this device. The Lenovo P1m has a 1 GHz MediaTek quad-core processor, and I've done a separate video covering benchmarks, so make sure you check that video. Link to that video will be in this video's description. And I've also done a gaming test on this device, and that video is also in this video's description. And I personally think that when playing Nova 3 it did struggle a lot, so probably playing high-end games this phone wouldn't be able to handle, but every other game it did handle pretty well. And also there are no heating issues. Again, you can check that video so that you'll get a better idea about it. And next I want to talk about sound. So for this particular phone the speakers are on the bottom, so it's a single speaker. And again, I'm going to complain about the same thing as you probably have heard in my previous videos. Since the speakers are on the bottom, this is what happens. Just hear it.
Folsom's death should have marked the Dominion's demise, but after 4 years of intensive fighting, the Nova rebels still struggled for human independence. Former Nova commander Warden believed he had managed to walk away from the conflict, but that was before
So other than the fact that the speakers not being on the front, the sound that comes out of the speaker, it's loud, it's clear, vocals sound great, but in my personal opinion the placement would have been better. So to sum up this review, if you're looking for a phone under 10,000 rupees with incredible battery life, I think this phone is quite an obvious choice. So that's about it for the video, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button and also share this video, it will be very helpful. And also make sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter and other social networking sites. Links will be in this video's description, and definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more videos like this. And as always, thanks a lot for watching.